Let's be real, most women won't come right out and say they like you, especially in today's dating world. You won't get a text that says, "Hey, I've been thinking about you all day," or a phone call admitting, "I really like you." Nah, that's not how it works. What you'll get are subtle glances, mixed signals, and confusing behavior that will leave you second-guessing yourself. That's the modern woman's way of protecting herself while still wanting you to notice her. Here's the catch. A lot of women are scared of rejection too. Scared of looking desperate. Scared you won't feel the same. So instead of being upfront, she'll test the waters. She'll drop hints, pull back, then lean in again just to see how you'll respond. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. You'll think she's just being polite or friendly, but beneath all that calm surface, there's real interest she's trying hard to keep under control. And that's where you, as a man, need to be sharp. Because if you wait for her to spell it out for you, you're going to miss your chance. And she'll move on thinking you were never into her. Women rarely chase, but they do invite pursuit in ways that only the alert man will recognize. This video is your cheat code. I'm going to give you the exact behaviors women show when they like you, but are trying hard not to make it obvious. Once you know these signs, you'll stop guessing and start leading. No more confusion, no more what ifs. Pay attention. She might be more into you than you think. She's just hiding it. Let's break it down. 1. She acts hot and cold. You've probably experienced this before. One day, she's all smiles, laughing at your jokes, making solid eye contact, showing clear interest. The next day, she barely looks at you, gives you short answers, or seems emotionally distant. That shift right there, it confuses most men, and many give up thinking she's just not into them. But in reality, this is one of the biggest signs she likes you, and she's fighting it. Women are emotional creatures, but they're also calculated, especially when it comes to dating in today's world, where vulnerability often gets punished. A woman who feels drawn to you but isn't ready to be open about it will bounce back and forth emotionally. It's not because she's playing games. It's because she's struggling with two opposing desires. On one hand, she wants you to notice her, pursue her, and see her as more than just another woman in your life. On the other hand, she's afraid of being too available, too eager, or too exposed. Her hot moments, where she's clearly engaging with you, are her guard coming down, letting her feelings show. Her cold moments, where she pulls back, are her putting the wall back up to protect herself. This push and pull creates tension, but it also gives you a window to read her interest. Most guys mess this up by reacting emotionally. They get frustrated during her cold phases or start chasing when she pulls away. That kills attraction. What you need to do is stay grounded. Don't reward her cold behavior with extra attention. Let her cool off without punishing or chasing. Then when she comes back warm again, respond, but calmly. That tells her you're in control, you're not desperate, and you're emotionally solid. The mistake most men make is thinking consistency is the only sign of interest. But when a woman is interested and afraid at the same time, inconsistency becomes her way of managing risk. So if she's acting hot and cold with you, showing interest one day, then acting like nothing the next, don't be quick to write her off. Look deeper. Is she still showing up around you? Is she still giving you eye contact? Does she seem nervous when she's cold, not cold in a detached way? Those are subtle clues that her emotional distance is temporary and a defense mechanism, not disinterest. A woman who truly has no interest will ignore you consistently. She won't engage. She won't be warm, then cold. She'll just be absent. But if she's going back and forth, there's a part of her that's drawn to you and another part that's trying to slow herself down before she falls too deep. Your job as a man is to stay centered. Let her feel safe around your presence, not because you're chasing, but because you're steady. That steadiness is what makes her finally stop hiding what she feels. 2. She's always around. This one's easy to miss, especially if you assume women only make moves through direct words or obvious flirting. But here's the truth. When a woman likes you and doesn't want to show it, she won't always say it with her mouth. She'll say it with her presence. She just keeps being around. Somehow she shows up where you are, finds reasons to be near you, or lingers longer than necessary. That's not a coincidence. That's intention, masked as coincidence. Now, she won't make it obvious. She won't walk right up and say, "I came here for you." But look at the patterns. Does she show up at events you casually mentioned in passing? Does she suddenly start hanging around the same friends, workspaces, or social spots? Does she walk by you more often than she needs to, or make small excuses to talk? That's proximity. And proximity is attraction in disguise. A woman who doesn't like you will avoid unnecessary interaction. She'll keep things short, polite, distant. But a woman who does like you, yet doesn't want to be obvious about it, will find ways to stay near without exposing herself emotionally. It's her way of feeding the connection without putting her pride or vulnerability on the line. She's placing herself in your line of sight, hoping you make the move. Some guys misread this as friendliness or even randomness, but women don't randomly orbit men. If she's regularly around you without a clear reason, she's sending a signal. She wants to be noticed, but she wants you to do the noticing. Here's where men go wrong. They overlook it. They act passive. They assume it doesn't mean anything. And that's how opportunity dies, because a woman can only give that silent invitation for so long before she decides you're either not interested or too passive to lead. When she stops feeling that magnetic pull from you, she'll quietly retreat and never look back. So what should you do when you notice this? Simple. Acknowledge her presence without being too eager. Make it a point to speak with confidence when she's nearby. Make eye contact. Throw in a comment that shows you see her, something subtle but solid. That tells her, I see you, I'm aware of you, and I'm not blind to what's going on. It doesn't have to be deep, just real. Women are constantly observing your energy. If she keeps showing up around you and you keep playing it like it's nothing, she might feel embarrassed or rejected, even if you like her. That's the strange game of dating today. She's around because she likes you, but if you don't pick up on it, she'll take the silence as rejection. So pay attention. If she's constantly near you, not by force but by choice, she's giving you a chance to lead. She doesn't want to chase you, but she wants to be caught. And that's a huge difference. 3. She notices the small things. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to be obvious about it, she won't always come out with flirty compliments or open expressions. Instead, what slips out, often without her even realizing it, is her attention to detail. She starts noticing the little things about you, things most people would overlook. And that's where her real interest hides. You might think she's just observant. Maybe she makes a random comment like, "You wear that watch a lot," or "Did you change your haircut?" But that's not random. That's her subconscious leaking out. A woman doesn't remember a man's cologne, voice tone, or small habits unless she's watching him closely. When she starts picking up on things like your routines, your reactions to stress, the way you speak, or even what you wear often, that's emotional investment. She's tuned in. She's paying attention because you matter to her more than she wants to admit. Why doesn't she just say she likes you? Because sometimes liking you scares her. Maybe she's been hurt before. Maybe she thinks you don't feel the same. Or maybe her ego won't let her be vulnerable first. So instead of telling you, she studies you, quietly, carefully. She takes mental notes of what makes you different from the other guys. That's the beginning of emotional attraction. She's locked in, but playing it safe. Most men are blind to this sign. They think, oh, she's just being friendly. No. Friendly women don't remember what you said last week when you were tired. They don't bring up that one thing you mentioned months ago about your goals or passions. They don't comment on your energy, your mood shifts, or the way your eyes change when you're focused. Women who like you do. So what do you do when you spot this behavior? First, don't ignore it. Respond, not by getting too excited, but by showing calm awareness. If she notices something personal about you and brings it up, smile. Lock eyes. Let her know without words that you recognize what she's doing. That confidence will make her feel seen, and it encourages her to reveal more. Now here's the flip side. If you brush it off or act clueless, she'll feel embarrassed, like she overstepped or misread the connection. And when a woman feels exposed without reciprocation, she pulls back, hard. That's how good women slip away while you're still trying to figure it out. You want to really test this? Mention something small about her. A unique trait she didn't think anyone noticed. Watch her reaction. If her face lights up or she gets slightly shy, that's a mirror response. She's been observing you because she wants to be known by you. Attraction in today's world doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. And it's hidden in the details most men are too distracted to notice.